So, you want to hear a story, eh? One about real heroes? Have I got a story for you?
Alright, we'll recap mainly the later half because not here for the first half. We started fighting a much larger demon that, the group came into contact with. Showed up a bit late. I feel like he was probably taking care of the more small ones. That's why he was late, just for a reason of me not being there so late. We basically drove him back using large owls, radiant magics, and ranged attacks, and when we gave chase, we saw that the creature went into a room, basically jumped through a portal, and the portal just decided to big close the second he finished going through it. We spent, in character, about 30 minutes on a puzzle. Out of character, we spent like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't remember.
I think it was close to an hour 15.
Well, what's time anymore, huh? But took us the people way too long because we might have swapped two pieces on accident. We were trying to do the sliding puzzle way, so after we kind of opened up the portal, I believe people wanted to contact Arn and the goblins for basically like, hey, one, need the help, two, need someone to stay on this side of the portal to open it if and when we're done. So that's about all I remember, I think. I don't think I missed anything from what I was here for.
That's pretty damn accurate, actually. So, gain your inspiration.
Nice.
And speaking of inspiration, Amaranthe has unlocked her inspiration ability, which I added to her character sheet half an hour ago before we started chatting.
What?
Yeah. It's in your 9th level spells. That's why this random adjuration 9 in the chat there. So I accidentally clicked on the type instead of the edit space.
They unlocked the power of raw abjuration. it's just abjuration, the spell.
Except it's actually conjuration. But yeah, we left off without yet heading into the portal, so if there's anything you want to do while we're still on this plane of existence, now's the time.
I know I rolled the hit dice needed. Did everybody else during our little short rest thing roll the hit dice to heal? Is anyone still missing health?
It was a half day. I was
Because
eating
remember,
dinner. I wasn't there for that.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, you can, I believe by rules, roll up to half your level in hit dice, see if you can heal up as much as you need, because really shouldn't be going to literally the hells without full health.
Yeah, because I'm at 42 health.
So with contacting Arn and the rest, is that something that goes through and they'll be here in like a minute or two? Basically have some people posted on the side of the portal.
I didn't understand the question.
Are we getting people on this side of the portal to open it up if and when we're done down there? Since the portal has shown to close behind us.
Maria's the one that was going to send the message and never specified what the message said.
I thought they did, but you got it, Maria. Go for it.
What?
Pay attention, my man.
What's your 25-word message to be sending out?
Well, first things first, I'll be sending out a message saying,
well, first, to whom?
Yeah, we need it to whom. You have to imagine this person in your mind or know their full name.
Aaron? Or was it Aaron or John?
Just Louise. this is going good already.
I'm sorry. And
Are you thinking of the person at the guild? Are you thinking of them?
no, I was thinking
Or-
of
no.
the one who's in charge of the goblin. Yeah, it was Aaron.
Aaron Vars. That's his.
Yeah, Aaron.
He is literally in your notes.
I'm currently dealing with lag issues, so
Mm.
Is your
I'm
brain
trying
currently
to shut
lagging?
down Steam and it's not letting me.
Okay, so who are you sending the message to? And what's the 25-word message?
We need you to head.
Not to be a dick, but you're totally counting on your fingers right now, aren't you?
Yeah. We need to
I can
Head.
tell just by your pacing.
to the big ass hole.
Well, okay, well that's an unnecessary add-on to a word. Come on now.
Big hole. And head down to the
Oh god, oh god.
oh fuck altar, and there will be instructions to keep the portal open. Because we're going through. Is that close?
I was not counting. Oh, someone just vanished. Oh, he's back.
So yeah, because we're
So I'm on backup internet now. Just yeah, life doesn't want to work.
would that work? I was
did-
probably 24, I think.
I was
Yeah,
not
I didn't
counting.
hear specific, so I mean, if I'm not particularly taking
I
Aaron's actions,
basically
DM,
mentioned to ask the Aaron
I need a literal.
Versions.
I need literal words. Because the words will be up to Aaron's. What's the word I'm looking for? Interpretation.
interpretation. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about the internet thing. If I vanish again,
Do I have to really say it again because
I literally Discord didn't work and almost had an issue in general not coming back because I'm using
Wait,
my phone.
wait. Maria,
yes.
look in DMs. What about that? I just shortened what you said by like 3 words.
Yeah, I mean you could just type it. I mean you don't have to say it
I
again.
typed it to Maria.
All right. Help go to the big hole. There's a portal where.
With
Copy and paste it into the
symbols.
game chat.
Do you want me to just post it in chat?
Yes,
Yeah.
please. I am very bad at reading.
On the Discord or in Roll20? Which one?
Roll tiny.
Roll 20.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I can't type because my dog's just licking the living shit out of my hand. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, Cash, please don't do that. Okay. Hi, baby. Hi. Okay.
Okay. What Aaron will do, kind of like as he's saying this, is he'll send back 25 words. We'll be there as we can. I'm tracking your location right now, and he will be using locate creature and basically have a idea where the hole they're talking about is and be heading towards them in the
Yeah.
hole.
Alright.
Maria is going to take a piece of paper from one of her notebooks and draw out a symbol of the thing we had, and sketch out like these things come out, and then you just put them back in.
Okay.
Don't spend 7 hours putting them together.
Roll performance.
Jesus.
Roll. One second, if I can roll performance. Come on, why the hell you weren't up in the first place?
To be fair, Arn probably knows the literal symbol of this. Like, I think
Yeah,
he called it
'cause-
Leviathan DM, so
Yeah, it's
it would
Leviathan
take him
cross.
even less time to put this together.
Alright.
Why you have
pretty good roll.
advantage?
But yeah, since
It's like-
Aaron is proficient in alchemy, he would know what the symbol is, so...
Like, one look at those curves and I'm
yeah.
like, wait a minute.
If I did make him make a roll, which I probably won't, he would
Yeah.
have advantage on it. But okay, you managed to make a perfect version of this image upon your piece of paper. Is there anything else before we head into this portal?
Uh, does anyone want to write down anything on the piece of paper?
Not particularly.
Anyway, is still illiterate, so no.
No.
I think we're good, like, cause I mean, you can wait until they get here, or you can go right now. I mean, you got Aaron on deck and Taiga's ready to go. So
I will. Can I like also write on the back is like, if we don't come back, protect my egg.
Sure. I'm like, why would I not allow you to write something?
I don't know. You are the all-powerful DM.
Yeah, you just start writing this on a piece of paper, and
Alright.
literally God reaches down and pimp smacks the pen out of your hand.
Also, sorry about that scream. My dog just licked my knee and it scared me.
Well,
I
didn't
I
even
didn't hear a
it, so-
scream, but that will be cute.
Hi, baby. Okay. Okay. What?
Obviously, we're going to need mandatory animal pics after the game, but
Yes.
if you go back far enough, you can see everyone's pets.
Oh, my Irene. Okay. He's just not stopping licking my hand. Can we go to dope, please? Cash, stop.
Okay. So, assuming no one wants anything left to do on the mortal plane, as you step through the portal,
Let's go get slapped by this thing.
As you step through the portal, a wave of intense heat washes over you, stinging your eyes.
Oh, me right now.
Ow.
You find yourself standing at the end of a long hallway. White marble pillars line the tall corridor, and a vast red carpet leads away from you down the hall to a much larger chamber. As you are taking in your new surroundings, the portal closes behind you. Try as you may, it will not reopen.
Fancy. Very, very fancy.
I mean, this is expected. All right.
Should we like wait for a few seconds until a portal shows up?
He's not gonna open
I
it in
don't-
advance. You
I
have
don't
sending scrolls.
Yeah, I really don't think that the portal's gonna open again. If it closed after him, like, going into it, and then we had to, like, unscramble the puzzle, they're probably gonna have to do that, too, before it opens
Yeah, and
again.
he's not gonna have it open. He's not gonna leave that so it's like, oh hey, look, now I'm letting demons into the prime material. Oh yeah. He's gonna wait for you guys to be
Okay.
done, and then he's gonna open it. So, Taiga will take
Okay.
careful measure to remember, like, this hallway, you know, like where we are, and then, I mean, Taiga kind of looks at the rest of the group and says, "Alright, is everyone ready? You guys want to use any magic before we move forward?"
Not that I have much left.
had to reload my recording screen because apparently it wasn't in the proper setup. Even though I could have swore I had set it up right. So, excuse that for just a moment.
Sorry.
So you were recording the whole time?
No, the screen I record for the video, it was still on the GM version of the game, so it wasn't showing literally anything I was doing.
You okay there?
Sounds like she's gonna get attacked by a vicious doggo.
I can't breathe.
The doggo is attacking!
Is she gonna live?
This is adorable.
No, because my dog like went on the couch with me.
There we go, that's better.
Laid down like across from me. Now he's just like pricked up, and he's like his head's facing towards me, and he's just looking at me, and like the face, like I can't explain it, but fucking hell, oh my god! And now the more I laugh, the more concerned he gets.
Alright then.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you gotta take a quick moment.
Oh shit. I have a bit of tears streaming down my face right now, holy shit. I need water after that, I'm just lightheaded.
Stay hydrated, folks. It's hot as hell out there today.
Oh yeah, I'm going through like a heat wave right now too, and we don't have AC, so I'm suffering.
I just put in my AC when I got home at like 3.
Oh, you're so
So it's not even cold in here yet.
yeah, fair play. The only place that's cold is the basement. Which makes sense, because it's underground. But whew. I wish I got like a video of my dog. This is so fucking funny. It probably doesn't sound funny for my explanation of it, but I can assure you it was. He's making like the most derpy face, because it's like, his tongue is out too, because he's hot, so he's like, and just like... Oh my God.
You gotta send pictures to us.
It sounds
will.
adorable.
I will. My dog is adorable. He's also like the size of me. So, he's a big boy. Big boy.
I had a Rottweiler named Patty.
Aww. Doggos.
Yes,
Where's my
she was
phone?
adorable. She was also afraid of light.
Oh yeah, my dog's afraid of storms and loud noises.
I think most dogs are.
Yeah, like no, but he gets like really scared because like, okay, earlier it thundered for like a second and he was at the window and I guess he saw the lightning as well. He got so scared he just like ran onto the couch and started like shaking really bad and I was like, okay, boy, he's so okay. He was like whimpering and whining and I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do
I
much.
love how my favorite part is my when my dog heard lightning, it will run to the bathroom, jump in the bathtub, and hide.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have access to the bathroom because he goes through the garbage in there and like tears it all apart.
Oh,
So,
oh,
yeah.
mine is.
Okay.
It's like, are you getting ready for a twister or something?
A little bit.
Okay, enough animal antics. Let's get back to the situation at hand.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're in room.
You got a
And-
long
We need a
hallway
do-
ahead
we
of
need a
you
doggo
leading
joining
into
our party.
a large chamber.
Excuse me.
Also, we do technically have a doggo with us.
Is it the middle one?
Huh?
Is it the middle one?
No, not Bear Drawn. I was more referring to Amaranthe, who that is one of her wild-shaped forms. Actually, she has 2 different wolf forms.
Yeah, regular wolf and dire wolf.
Ooh.
Murray has seen the marble room and stuff like that. She was gonna whistle and leave. Nice place.
No,
You hear your voice echo back to you.
Ooh, fancy. Very fancy.
oh no.
Sorry, watched way too many weird movies.
Okay, so you start making your way down this long hallway. And as you enter the chamber, you notice a large throne on a raised platform on the far side of the room. Sat on the throne is a humanoid elderly man dressed in lavish silks of lovely shades of red and purple.
Howdy.
Oh,
Did you see the big oaf run by here?
well, that's probably really rude. If he liked this before, he doesn't now.
Oh, hold on. Add a character. Did you want to roll to heal? Our druid name. I will learn names eventually.
You can call me Kiwi or
Rebus?
Rebus.
Also not druid.
Oh, you're not druid?
No.
No, I'm elfin.
She's a sorcerer.
And
Alright.
yeah, and I'm elfin.
I knew you were casting. I'm like, wait, who's who again? So long.
We're missing still. Emra.
No, Amaranth's there for me.
Yeah, she's there. You literally just
Yeah,
pinged her
Rebus is
token.
right there.
I can do.
See right here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
you gotta reload.
Refresh.
But yeah, did you
Oh,
want
there
to
you
roll your
go.
hit dice to try and heal that up because you're at less than half?
I don't know what a hit dice is.
Okay, so when you take a short rest, one of the options available to you among getting your short rest resources back, if you have any, is the dice of your class. You can roll up to half of your total level in those during the short rest, and you heal that amount of HP. Every long rest, if you are missing any hit dice, you gain half of them back. So in all technicality, a valid strategy is to take 2 short rests if you really need to heal. But since we only took 1, you could roll like, what it would be for you, 66 sorcerer dice?
Sorcerer die?
It's the dice you use for when you level up.
No, or you can just press the
Yeah, I'm
button.
about to say, you could just click the hit dice title on your character sheet
I
and it
think
rolls
that
it.
adds your con mod to it, doesn't it?
I
No.
don't think so. Let me click it to check. Yes, it does.
So it does and doesn't. Yeah, it's. Yeah, it does. Okay, it tells you what the mod is though. So. Yeah, you see, because that's supposed to be a 2 and a 7 example.
I think there's a way you can turn that off. Oh yeah, you
I
can.
don't think there is. Is there? Did they add in a thing? Cause
So, this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, there's like a whole D system if you click the D.
so that rolled a 4.
I rolled an 8.
Well, yeah, but
yeah,
the
you're
the dice
subtracting
is
the
a
con
4.
mod. And it isn't supposed
Oh,
to roll.
okay.
What level's the character? To kind of like help with
11.
the situation. 11. So I'm gonna type something in DM General that you can copy paste into the chat. Let's see. You can copy and paste that into the chat, and it'll roll the remaining dice that you should be healing, if you want.
Do you hear that noise? That was my dog. Cleaning. Do I do it? Do we just legit type that in?
Just
And
type it in. You don't have to do a /r nothing.
Hey, have you guys recognized?
like that?
So you can heal 15 total if you want with that.
Yay.
Did
It's
you
something. I
guys
mean,
do,
it's not that health, right?
Did you guys notice the new modification for the
Yay.
Charactermancer thing?
No, I haven't looked at that in a minute.
It's now wands and hammer. instead of like the one we all know and love. It's been changed.
I don't know, I never really noticed the symbol.
That looks like a pain in the ass.
Okay.
So,
Who the fuck's banging around out there?
so we ran into this person, demon that's like on the throne. Yeah.
He appears to be an elderly humanoid.
Okay.
Hi, Gramps.
In a booming voice not befitting of his old age, he speaks. Insolences aside, welcome to my domain. Everything in this place belongs to me, which unfortunately now includes you.
Perfect thunder in the background.
Yay, ominous thunder that I didn't plan. I didn't even think that was for me. It's fucking
currently
sunny
lightning
out.
here, and that was a perfect adding. I hope it shows up in the recording.
Ought to.
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome if it shows up in the recording.
Okay. Yeah. Trying to RP after like looks at watch months of not RPing. Here we go. Taiga, like, because of his upbringing and all that, kind of just has an instinctual, like, just readiness of the shield. As he says, it's a pretty bold claim. We're not even here for you. We're here for the one that just passed through.
Ah, you mean the Baylor.
Precisely.
Yeah, we want to kill them, and then we'll be on our way.
It's kind of like looks at you with the word choice, and it's like, just
What?
kind of looks back at the elderly humanoid, not contesting what was just said, but bruh, there's a way you talk in the situation. But no, that's just Taiga's upbringing. That's why I gave you the look.
So you would come into my domain and threaten not only myself but my underlings? Mighty bold of you, little one.
Eh. Hey, wait, underlings.
Are you deaf? Did you not hear me?
Eh.
So you were the one that sent him.
Well, surely it wasn't his almighty on high.
What do you even have to gain from attacking Central City?
Who says there's anything to gain? Maybe I was collecting on old debts, let's say.
He kind of like narrows his eyes slightly and says, by attacking those that were probably innocent in every regard.
No one is innocent, child of the lights. Even you yourself bear some shade of sin.
He kind of like seems extremely aggravated by this, but again, it's like that practiced, like, he's not going to be rash about this. The shield's the thing that's in front, not the sword. And, I mean, I'm going to kind of give you guys a moment, because, I mean, can't be the only one RPing here.
Amaranth wants to there, but what's in? What is this concept?
What the fuck is sin? Huh? Sounds like food.
Is it delicious?
If you ask him that, he'll probably tell you yes.
He would too.
Fucking lightning in the background. Setting the atmosphere of death and destruction is about to happen.
Listen, just because the real world wants to foreshadow shit happening in the game.
Look, I mean, if it fits, right? You don't have to excuse it. You can work with it.
If
Um,
the slipper fits.
So, like,
So
does no one else have a comment about person that's like, yeah, I just wanted to attack the city because depths.
Oh, and now I
I mean-
own all of you.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, just completely disregarding the fact that he said he now owns you.
Oh,
yeah,
you
that's
gotta
right.
address that as the very first thing he said. He said that was a very bold claim.
I was more referring to Maria. Just going straight to like,
Yeah.
oh, Dad. There was a more important thing
Maria's
in that
like,
sentence.
that's not the first time.
Eh, my mother was a service slave.
Ooh.
I'm
He's
sure
like,
her
"Oh,
soul
man,
still
again?"
lingers around here somewhere.
What was that?
I'm sure her soul still lingers around here somewhere.
No, she's somewhere else.
Are you calling me a liar, mortal?
Yeah.
That is not my sin to bear, unfortunately.
You sure?
Yes, that is Lord Baal's sin.
I need
no.
proof.
Oh,
So,
I lightly step on Maria's toes to make her stop. You fucking manners!
okay, so
Oh, man.
this place it obviously has a very specific type of architecture, and this is one of the hotter layers. Is there like a check that can be made to kind of maybe take a guess at which one or of a certain list of which ones this person might
What
be? If
from
he
the
is-
9 hells
if he's-
are we in?
Religion
yeah, the
check.
layer and possibly like who this individual is with a good enough check, but yeah, layer more important.
We're gonna go with religion check with disadvantage currently.
With my background?
Even with your background.
Wow. Okay.
Listen, I know what your religion modifier is, okay?
It's not orange.
Oh wait, yeah, that's
you're
right.
thinking of the wrong character sheet. Alright,
A paladin with bad religion? Who are you, Cal? Cal has like a plus like 5 in religion.
Oh, how would you
yeah,
bet
five
like
religion.
Cal shows up?
Oh no,
He's
it's 9. Tied for his best stat. God, I don't read my own
Mm.
character sheet often, do I?
L-
Then again, I
looks
made that
back
check
to
literally
12 days of
once.
Aaron with his, I think it's what, fucking
12,
11?
I think.
11 on all the int skills? Hell yeah. Jesus. Alright. There you go. I think I have the setup. It's been so long since I've used this sheet. So, that's still above a 10. That's funny. Because again, this is not Aaron. He's got 4. Does not have the high one.
He
Did
turns
he
his
ever
own-
know? Did he ever say his name?
Not
He
yet.
didn't.
So, what is your name out of curiosity?
I have been called many names. Baator, the Merciless Lord, the Cold Lord. But I prefer my true name. Mephistopheles, Lord of the Eighth Circle.
Can I use the not disadvantage on that name?
Yes.
I feel like that's a very easy to know name back at home. That and the other ones.
Now you can take it as a normal roll.
Okay, so
Well, I get out the Google. Actually, you know what? I
Yeah.
actually gave him a full character description. Never mind.
I'm like with the 13. I'm like, this seems like one of the lower layers, but I'm not sure which one. Here's Mephistopheles. Ah, shit.
Oh, that's right. I put him in deities.
So he's 8th. What about 9th level?
Why do you want to go deeper into hell?
Eh.
Also,
I-
I like
I-
how you're just genuinely not concerned with the fact that you're 8 levels in. It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
We're
what
8 levels into
I read the one special where if you go even further, you go to the first level of heaven.
Yeah, that is not how that works at all. But,
Only Irene.
yeah, you're in the 8th level of hell, second deepest, and you're talking
Maria, don't make me
shit to
step
the
on your
guy
toe
that
again.
runs it.
Legit, Maria, don't make me step on your toesies again, I swear. I will.
I
This time
clearly
harder.
retract his bold claims statement, but at the same time, alright, he's not like the fucking pushover we fought a little bit ago.
Yeah, no. Maria, that's it. I'm gonna step on both of your feet at the same time, because my foot's big enough. You need to stop. You're gonna get us killed. Shit.
1 second.
John, you're about to make a roll.
Oh, I was just saying if I could, like, take the not dis for, like, when the name was said, because, I mean, with the name, that opens up pretty much every door that was probably closed. It's like, oh shit, it's him. It's like hearing, like, out of nowhere, like Zariel. It's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you'd know that name with my passion.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those flashbacks of The Witcher where Geralt's just talking to, fuck's his name? His master, because I can't remember the name on the top of my head right now. And just like,
Yeah.
he just gets a flashback of talking to the master, remembering some piece of lore that he now needs in this fight. It's like one of those moments happening.
I
Yeah.
forget, what's
Vesemir, there we go. Took me a
Mephistopheles'
minute.
angle again? Because I know some of the lords are actually not as bad as you think they are. Some of them are just downright the worst.
Okay, I'll give you the lore that I have here. Mephistopheles, known as the Lord of No Mercy and the Cold Lord, is the Archduke of Cania, the 8th layer of the Nine Hells. He displays serenity, wisdom, and civility while in public. However, when in private, he flies into uncontrollable rages that destroy everything in his path. Mephistopheles has been the only devil in hell to openly tell Asmodeus to his face that he will rule hell in his stead. Nobody knows why the Lord of the Nine let him exist, but he allows Mephistopheles to remain in his position mostly due to his more extreme hatred towards Beelzebub. The eternal struggle between these two maintain Asmodeus' safety in his throne. Within his many plans and his main reason for existence, Mephistopheles seeks to take Beelzebub's lair so that he may gain enough power to ultimately challenge Asmodeus for the rulership of all of the Nine Hells. Another of Mephistopheles' ambitions is that of becoming a deity. Unfortunately for him, many mortals confuse him with Asmodeus, a fact that frustrates Mephistopheles but amuses Asmodeus to no end. However, he seeks to distinguish himself based on promising his worshippers with the control of a magical substance of his own design.
I write down. Oh, sorry. I thought I muted myself.
To the detriment of the ice devils that lived around Mephistopheles' castle, he secludes himself to create and perfect the usage of hellfire, a white-glowed fire taken from the essence of Baator itself, whose temperature exceeded any other form of fire. So high was its temperature that protection against heat, including complete immunity, was worthless against it. The increase in heat around Mephistar forced the ice devils to migrate to colder areas of the level. Although other devils have learned to manipulate hellfire, none as adept as Mephistopheles in its use. Combined with the arcane knowledge he possesses, the knowledge hidden and buried in the glaciers of Cania, and the now essence of hellfire, Mephistopheles is the only devil that can claim to be the closest thing to a rival to Asmodeus. Asmodeus rules over the first circle of hell. Or is it the 8th? It's one of those two, and I cannot remember for the life of me.
Must is 8th. So
I would
Asmodeus might be 1st or 9th. I mean, 9th sounds the most appropriate.
Or,
If he's
yeah.
1st, I'm surprised that this one's not like 9. You know what I mean? Like that would be like the perfect irony. 1st and last. But okay.
I'm googling now 'cause it's
But yeah,
gonna
like I
bother me.
said, I'm trying to give you guys a little more like spotlight time. I don't want to take the whole spotlight here.
Maria, why'd you roll for acrobatics?
Uh, Dodging your
Oh.
fit.
My feet.
You fit.
Also, I look at you guys and I whisper to you guys, should we like run?
To
No.
where?
Yeah,
Uh,
let's just
If
go in the
you
corner.
could,
Both of us roll and
ask him.
slowly move behind Kiwi's character, and I'm about to write something down.
Oh
Wait,
no.
so you're good at talking to people, right? So why don't you just ask him if he can keep his people away from our people, and explain like you don't, or he probably doesn't want us here. That's kind of how we feel about his people. Like nobody wants each other in each other's place, so they should
I
just
say
go back
that
to where they.
exact thing because I'm not saying it for that one.
I said that exact one.
Wow,
Yeah,
wasn't
that
even
one thing.
close. He rolls over the 5th circle of hell.
Ah, shit. Right in the middle. That's fitting.
I had to Google that.
What? The 5th?
And more
Circle?
more
Yeah.
lore. More lore.
Asmodeus rolls over the 5th circle of hell, and he represents lust.
Ah, the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah, there are 7 princes of hell for a reason.
Yep. What are the
Like,
7 deadly sins?
according to Maria,
Yeah.
they say that exact thing. So
Okay, what was the exact thing? Because I was Googling.
Basically, Amaranth and Maria were both thinking that if, like, since Taiga, is that how I say your name?
Yeah.
Is good at speaking to this person, why doesn't he just ask them to keep their people here and we'll keep our people there, because nobody likes each other in each other's spaces and whatnot, and yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to do it. The question still resides: does Maria say it first? Because he's not gonna talk over you, but either works.
Yeah,
for
the
speaking.
idea can't exactly pass from brain to brain like that.
No, Maria was writing it down while Amaranth was saying it.
No.
So they were both thinking at the same time.
Well, I'm might write a letter just saying like about to open the fucking door when if we need to make a mad dash out of it.
There's the train.
Nah, that's my train. First train we've had in a while, actually.
No, that's my train.
Oh, is it your train? Ah, well, then I still don't have no trains around here. Trains are gone.
Here, I'll have to move myself.
No, you're good. I mean, alright. So, I'll honestly say that, and also kind of end off with the, like, saying of, it's kind of odd that you would split your, well, your underlings between both attacking Sentra and your own personal goals.
Hmm.
And what do you know of my personal goals?
Decent bit. Can't claim to know it all, though. I can tell you know a bit more about me than I expect you to as well, so we'll say it goes a little bit both ways.
In these archaic times, knowledge itself can be power.
Look, we honestly don't want to really do anything here. You came to chase the one creature because we thought it would come back. And if you're the one that gives him orders, is there some way that we can have this not happen? You probably don't want to lose precious resources attacking Central City for very little gain, in all honesty. And you could be channeling those resources to something way more befitting of you.
Like the human species.
And you think these honeyed words will get me to stop my attacks, do you?
Not necessarily, that's why I ask.
Well, I give you an option then. I can either keep you trapped here forever, and I will call off my forces from attacking your plane, or I can give you a chance to win your freedom.
It depends on what the chance is.
But if we win our freedom, does the same apply with staying out of, or is that not in the second deal?
Don't think I understood the question.
Basically asking, are we still protecting Centra regardless of the choice, but only if we pass the second one of winning the freedom thing? Like, that's the question.
More or less.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Taiga's kind of just waiting for an explanation as to what this chance
Because
is.
5 additional powerful trapped souls in hell makes his army a little bit stronger, you know?
This is true.
So now...
But we could probably, make some of the current souls down
Yeah.
here suffer a bit before we have to turn. So it's kind of like, you might not gain anything. You might lose, actually.
There is an even win-loss chance. But the
Fucking
thing
cards.
is,
That's
you
why Taiga's kind of
lose,
drawing
and you
that,
just
like,
made...
kind of...
Yeah, you lose, you just made Hell's army stronger. You
Yeah,
win,
that's
you
why
make
I like
it weaker,
Taiga's
and
kind
you
of
get out
like,
of here.
we don't want to do this because we can, but I mean, you might be losing some resources if we did anything here. So that's kind of where he was coming from. Because I mean, Taiga might not like the Demon Lords just out of instinct and just his home, but like he respects the strength, some of the strongest creatures in the world. So. But yeah, so he's just kind of waiting for like what like the what are the terms of like the second option, because it's important.
Now I am not a cruel and sadistic being. We shall play a simple game of chess for your lives. Deal?
Oh, we're screwed.
I don't know how to play chess.
DM, my guy. I mean, out of character, I like chess, but I don't like it enough to stake a campaign's end result on it.
Then I guess it's a good thing we have other characters elsewhere.
Jesus.
I'm gonna just like run when I have a chance.
And it may not be the end of the campaign. He didn't say he was going to kill you, just that you'd be stuck in hell. There may or may not be a way out of hell.
Yeah.
So is it a deal then? Will you face me in this simple game?
Is there cheating involved?
It's chess.
It's chess, quite frankly, not an option. Unlike cards. Cards, you very easily cheat.
I once had a character whose whole shtick was he would bet
No, we
everything
can't
on
play
flips
Uno.
of a coin and then sleight of hand cheat it because he could subtle spell.
So we can't play Uno?
Well, let's think. I know the option isn't great.
I just imagine
But-
Kiwi just Maxim with me up back
But if just us stay here, that's 100% chance of saving the world. Like,
No, saving
I
the
mean,
city.
technically.
The world will
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
continue
just the
to
city.
end because we haven't destroyed all 4 of the great beasts. The world will still end. It's just people stop
well.
attacking Centra.
shit. Well, so that's not a great option either. Not necessarily.
People volunteer for tribute, or is it like all of us have to stay?
If you lose the game or choose
No,
to
no, no,
save
no.
only
With the first
Centra.
option, does everyone have to, or
Yes,
it can just like one of us stay?
all of us would have to stay.
Fuck.
Hey, well, out of curiosity, what happens if you ran?
To where?
The guy.
To where the portal is and Arn opened it, we'd have a very, very small time frame to try and do something with it. Tell you what.
How are you going to contact Arin to let him know to open the portal? Message only
Something's
works on the same plane of existence.
Nope, it works across planes, but
Does
there's
it?
a 5% chance of failure, and we have a lot of scrolls. I'm not wrong though. It's a thing. I actually had to use that when me and my group we were stuck in the Shadowfell. We had to contact a what was it?
Also, Murray is
Archmage
currently
Torval,
behind
I believe.
Kiwi's character while I'm writing with the scroll.
You're doing what?
You're writing what
I'm
scroll?
I have the scroll. I have one of the scrolls.
Okay, well you have to kind of say that.
I put it in the fucking chat and roll 20.
English is. I write down on our.
Yeah, that is not even English. What do you
Sorry,
mean by
but-
that? On R?
On the scroll. Oh fuck.
Just okay. So ignore the R.
R
got
come
it.
from.
Yeah, my Google speech program has a tendency to fuck up.
That's why you just gotta type, man.
Should I try to send a message or?
You may try. You're the one in possession of a party pack and the ability to do so.
Yeah, you're the only character that has access to that pack right now that's in this dimension and knows what's happening.
And
We're so fucked. Sorry.
we're dealing with the guy from the 5th floor of hell. Oh, like Arn just internally cringes if he gets that sent spell. Bruh. Alright, are you actually sending that, or are you just having that ready to send?
Ready to send.
Okay.
You know he can clearly see what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be behind her. Like everyone move up one so I can throw my character behind her.
That means like you pushed me more forward than everyone else to fucking move behind me?
I mean,
Is
to
this
be
what I'm
fair,
hearing?
just with the way Taiga is acting, I can say he's here, but you get no more from me.
Well, if you're going to be hiding
Alright,
behind a person, roll stealth.
Jesus Christ.
What? Maybe you have to-
You fail horribly. He can actively see what you're trying to do.
Well, Maria.
I'm just writing a will. Don't mind me.
And who would read such a thing?
I have a kid back home.
Not good enough. The paper goes up in flames.
Damn it!
Wait, you can destroy magic items?
Did you miss the part of his character description where he can control flames that can burn things immune to flames?
Pointing the finger on that one. Alright.
Like, he can literally burn fire.
I'll give you that one specifically.
Burn fire?
but That's a
How do you burn fire.
With hellfire,
Burn
that's
the,
how.
you gotta burn out the sun. You know what I mean? She's the one that could do it.
No, but if you're attacking a fire with more fire, then how do you burn fire with fire?
Is it like shooting an arrow into the sun?
No. Worse.
Star reference.
Good.
Now,
Okay.
who amongst you will play me? Or will you serve me forever?
I don't know anything about chess, so it ain't me, sis.
Is there a way we can play chess on, like, is it on Roll20 or something?
I would imagine
Yes.
so.
Holy shit! You got a chessboard on fucking Roll20 now.
Yeah, you can play all types
Yo.
of fucking card and board games on here.
Wait, did
So-
something pop up for?
Not yet.
So, like,
You haven't.
Okay,
I
that's what
vote-
saying.
You have yet to agree to play.
okay, so, like, I vote that Taiga plays.
Because I actually, as a player, know how to actually play it. God damn it.
Yeah,
Here we go.
yeah.
Taiga will ask, is it one representative for the full group? Or do others get a chance as well?
I could say it. I guess you could say it goes both ways.
What does
So-
that mean?
So we can help collectively
Yeah,
think, but like have a person
Okay.
call out.
more or less. Yeah.
He'll kind of look to the
That makes-
others. And he'll kind of gauge that people are starting to look at him now, and he's kind of give like that tiny shrug of just.
You know the funny thing
I
about
look
it
back
is,
at you, like, sweating intensely and nervous as well, not looking
I
at
actually
and
do know
potting
how
here,
to
but I'm
play
also
chess,
scared.
but I have a very bad luck playing chess.
He'll kind of turn back to Meth and say, if we're allowed to work as a team, then we agree.
Naturally. So then we have a deal. I trust you will be my main opponent then?
That I will.
He snaps his fingers. I can't snap because my hands are fucking sweaty.
that.
And you are
I
teleported to
can't.
an arena.
Oh, I'm not on the map.
You're on the map. You might just have to zoom
are we
out a
gonna
little
be
bit.
using-
I have
those
to zoom
fucking
in. Hold on,
tokens?
What's going on here?
You're on the map. You probably just have to zoom
There it
in.
is.
If we are going to be using those tokens, fuck that shit.
I feel like we're not being used as tokens, but like he's got to get that set up.
You underestimate me.
Oh no.
Like actual.
Oh, fucking hell.
Right.
We're playing the Star Wars game. My God.
No, it's the Harry Potter one.
Is there a Harry Potter one? I don't know, man. I
Yeah,
only know if
The
it's
Harry
arcade.
the Harry Potter one was they used like the big fucking chessboards, but they also used the players.
Yeah, the
Like-
wizard's chess at the end of the movie.
Yeah, and like if your character was like taken out, they would actually kill you as well. That's that.
So yeah, you were teleported.
In the Harry Potter movie.
So you were
Sorry.
teleported. I meant for your character to be there. You were teleported to the arena. At either end of the arena is a raised platform about 6 feet tall. Mephistopheles stands on one platform, and Taiga stands on the other. The floor between them slides out to reveal a massive chessboard.
I look at you as like,
I just start
I-
like
I-
laughing nervously.
I wish I stayed behind. I'm
Oh
a
no,
kid.
play in hell.
I wish I
People-
stayed behind.
it seemed like people were going the chess option, wanted me to do it, so they did. Here we go. Fuck.
As you begin to realize your new surroundings, a score of demonic creatures began appearing on the spaces nearest Mephistopheles. And they're all
Hey, it's the
color
big
coded.
rooster.
I'm assuming purple is king.
Be
Yeah.
back, sorry.
Alright, no, gold is king.
Gold is king.
So who's gonna be the queen?
Did I forget to mention we play chess differently here?
Yeah, I figured it. So when the moment we came here,
We play with our own pieces. Living beings who fight instead of simple pieces. Each creature has the same rules for movement as the piece they represent. They may only attack within their natural movement line.
Alright, I'm back, sorry.
wait, should we like you guys be kings and stuff?
Getting there. And they can each piece may only move at the command of their leader. But a piece is only removed from the board when they are unable to continue fighting. Otherwise, the rules are the same as standard chess. The game will continue until the king on either side is felled. Now, leader, I give you time to select your pieces from all those you know. You may choose anyone. And after you have made your decisions, they will be teleported here. And once the game is over, they will be returned back as they were before the game. Choose wisely. So you can pick from anyone you know, or anyone the group knows,
Oh,
I mentioned it's like
and place them as pieces on this board.
oh.
can I ask you a question? Can I like maybe ask to bring my master?
I
There's
don't
that.
know him.
Your master is dead.
I
I
know.
also
Wait.
don't know him.
Wait, what about Cal?
I did say anyone
I
the
know
group
Cal.
knows.
I would know
No.
Aaron. I would know the
Cal,
goblin.
Cal.
People back home. Yeah. So
So even Snowy and Bear John.
and he said basically, regardless of the result, the people on the board that aren't involved with the deal, back to the way they were after.
Yeah. As if no
Okay.
time had passed at all.
I wish I asked to be sent as well, because I have a family back home.
Will you permit me to let them know of what's going on before I make them do this?
I'm gonna go with no. Like, they could be in the middle of a shower when you teleport them here. You have no idea what these people are doing.
Oh, I know. It's more of like a sending of like, hey, so don't freak out. This is about to happen. And then,
Yeah, these people will be given absolutely no warning, just teleported here in an instant.
That means if they
So
don't have their
how-
equipment on them,
Who do we get to bring in?
so
Because
like literally upon.
really good
I
option.
have to check a rule on this. This is really weird. A pawn could technically be one of the strongest pieces in the game if you put someone strong enough as a pawn.
Yeah. But they'd still have all the rules of playing as a pawn.
So it could only attack. Okay, so even if there's stuff like fireball in effect,
Yeah, they
That
have to
specific
still
square.
yeah, they have to still attack along their attack lines.
now in the case of something like lightning bolt and a rook,
It would still have to be cast at a direct diagonal to them. Like, the main target space has to be a
yeah,
target.
I'm asking for the sake of hitting multiple targets because that is a thing. If we have a rook, I mean.
Yeah. Like,
out of curiosity, would we?
like
if
assume
we get knocked
Maria
down,
is a rook. Well,
Go ahead.
yeah, assume Maria is a rook and chooses to lightning bolt this guy right here. It would still have the natural attack space of the lightning bolt. Like, an area of effect would still happen.
So it would hit these two.
Yeah, but it still have to have the target, the initial target, be in a space within their attack zone.
Interesting. And we're doing like a one turn.
Yeah, back and forth, just like chess would.
Can we make Cal the queen?
Cash!
Spill my drink everywhere.
All right. So
Oh god, we can have the goblins as the
Yeah, no, that's another thing. That's one of the fallback plans. And it's any piece regardless, because he, like,
Yeah.
does he have, like, particularly super strong demons over there, or are they just threatening?
Mixture of both.
Like, compared to our party, like,
He's got a pretty solid mixture.
Oh my god, is that what you think those things are? Are those the fuckers that suck?
I know what
No,
these
you're-
are, but I don't
strength.
know what these are, and I don't know if they would want me to roll a check or something for these
These
ones.
things suck away your strength, if I'm correct.
I mean, yeah, I know what these ones are. I've actually used these. The DM, they're nasty.
I'm gonna go get something to eat, so you deal with that.
Okay, so if
Yeah.
there's no
For the
risk
sake-
associated to the individuals,
Yeah. To
I
your
vote
previous
for
que-
being a king.
to your previous question, his units
what if
are
I
actually...
bring things here that aren't statted, DM? Like, did you plan for this?
Not entirely, but
Okay, because one of the things is, what do you even have the like at least the more human side statistics for the dragon in my background?
I do not.
I don't know.
Hey, don't you guys know a lich too?
Yeah, we do.
I should probably go on record to stating that particularly powerful creatures could just be like, no, I don't want to be teleported.
I mean, that's true.
Because technically you know a god being a paladin.
Well, yeah. Bring a god down here, Jesus. I mean, I've met one recently, but they're not the type to fight.
You don't know that. I may or may not have been a stat block for that character. I don't remember.
Alright, in the result of someone not wanting to come, I can just choose someone else, right?
Yeah.
Alright,
That's the one block. I want freaking that one.
the dad's probably too powerful.
Oh, she does have a stat block. She just doesn't have attacks and shit.
Alright,
But
So,
yeah, you get to choose
we'll
the
try.
people.
We'll try firsthand. We'll try the dragon then in his background. Pretty much throughout the years, has always been wanting to train him, wanting to protect him. It's even the reason he has his shield right now. I'm thinking that would be a really good like queen or king or something on the back.
What kind of dragon was it? I think it was silver.
It was.
So who's gonna be king?
I want to say
It
it was.
was an ancient silver.
Yeah, I wanted to say it was a silver dragon because he was a silver dragon shield.
Yep, ancient silver.
Um,
Honest, probably the strongest non-dietetic being he knows, except for one other, which I'm going to try.
I was hoping I can become the king.
Oh. No.
Because I'm the weakest one. I don't want to get hit.
As far as the dragon's like more human side, they're, from how I've probably written and described them, they're probably very similar to Arn except higher level. They're probably a melee-ish, because that's how he learned his magic.
Okay. So, I made a roll.
Okay.
That was going to be a straight d20 plus your proficiency. And it had to beat the challenge rating of a silver dragon, which as we all know is a 23.
Okay.
I rolled the nat 20. So you now have an ancient silver dragon in humanoid form just appear before you.
I mean, he could just turn into the dragon. He probably was like reading a book.
That was literally what I was about to say.
He'll kind of.
You basically see this guy he teleports in. He's in his grandpa seat,
Did
I
you
should
just
get a
assume
visual
this
of that.
dragon's
I have
gender?
Reading,
Hold on.
reading a lusty Godian maid.
Did you just
I-
assume this dragon's gender?
Assume this dragon's gender. How dare you?
What? Males and females like that?
But
No.
alright. So are we bringing them here one at a time, or is it just all at once?
Binary,
Ones
Maria.
appear? DM.
Right?
I need to refill my water real quick. I'll be right.
Okay. So DM, is it like they're all appearing at once, or is it one at a time from my decision making?
One at a time from your decisions. Basically,
No.
as soon as you speak their name aloud, in like a commanding fashion, they appear.
Hell, just to kind of like not get into super RP because I am going to have to keep thinking about more creatures. Gives him kind of like slight apology, but this is for the sake of an entire city's well-being and his safety.
Man, you did.
And he's honestly one of the strongest people Taiga's ever met. So,
Hi, we are the party. How are you?
feel free to just put the dragon somewhere, and I'll orient him after I get the other pieces.
Yeah,
ready.
he's the random physical player token right there next to Aberrante at the moment.
Okay, I actually can't control that, but yeah. So,
Yeah, it's because I'm currently editing.
so I'll also, since no risk to the individual still, bring Aaron, because Aaron's also pretty strong. And I actually know how to play that character. It's less work for you.
Kel?
Cal. We'll
Oh,
bring-
Cal's gonna be so pissed.
Okay,
Probably.
first of all,
I mean, you guys are like, bring Cal, and it's like, well, I know him, so.
First of all, how is Aaron reacting to immediately appearing here?
So,
Because the dragon's
gonna
just
fill-
like, okay, this is happening now.
yeah. So, because he's probably at the room with the goblins, he's got probably a more kind of like his rising star goblin mainly manning the portal. He kind of appears here,
Okay,
blinks,
step block
looks
for the
over, and Taiga kind of will explain the situation, how he's in no particular danger. Aaron kind of looks over. Up to you, DM, if I recognize. Actually, I'm gonna roll the same disadvantage check. I'm just gonna do it the lazy way though. So just add 11 to whichever the lower dice is. So 15. Would I know that that's the form Mephistopheles actually takes, humanoid-wise?
Has your character ever met?
I mean, he's very religious. That's why I'm asking. Because
Out
that
of
gauges his
curiosity.
reaction.
Have your character ever met Nala?
No.
No.
I mean, Aaron, because he would have been there and he would have been there, like basically had a conversation with everyone and, you know, congratulated the new person on being there, introduced Musket. I mean, you know, Aaron things, because he's got those cats, right? He's chilling. He doesn't leave home much. Or homes, I should say, because he's got two that he goes between.
Okay, I missed the previous question.
So, for the 15, would Aaron know that that's the form Mephistopheles takes, you know, with all the literal demons in front of it, to kind of try and put that together?
No, that is not his true form.
Oh, I meant like the humanoid form, but okay. So,
Yeah, the humanoid form is not his true form.
so Aaron kind of agrees, again, because there's no necessary danger, with a little bit of a sigh, because it's taking a break from fighting, it's fighting time. He'll also call upon, this is another character that I don't know if you have planned, that isn't the obvious.
I'm gonna go with the other master.
Yeah.
Let's see if this one wants to show up. That's a no.
So no? Okay.
Roll the 4 on the dice.
I didn't know they actually had a CR, that's all I was like, maybe.
I think she has a character sheet somewhere. I'd have to find it though, because I wrote it forever ago, like start of the campaign
Oh,
forever
really?
ago.
Nice. I thought you might have not had her, actually. Cool.
Yeah, all named characters in the lore have stat block.
I mean, because they're here and strong, we'll refer to those of us here, so like you guys. Any other particular song?
You had mentioned
We'll
Cal, but
try
we skipped over that.
We'll try the Lich. I mean, I doubt it.
Yes, do the ledge.
I mean, it was requested from the team, so I've tried. He's probably a little like to it, but
He's like, what the fuck?
Taiga never met the Lich.
oh no, I told you that he would have known the Lich. He just has a sour disposition to the Lich, because he's in Central City, and that's where I do most of my work. Of course, I'd met him.
That's a no for the Lich as well. I got a 6 on the die there.
Gotcha. I mean, it was worth a shot. I mean, it was
Did
requested.
we ever try the Cal?
Yeah,
You did not.
I did say I wanted.
You had said Cal, but I had you back up to do Arin's thing.
Okay, yeah. So Cal as well.
Okay.
Also,
Got an 11 on the
literally
die.
trouble the deity. So, I mean.
What, wait.
that
What?
doesn't
What
make any
was that?
You got an 11 on the die, and as you know, Cal is a level 12 character. So
I thought
with
you
your
were adding my prof. Hold up.
I am.
Okay.
So I was about to say, with your proficiency bonus, Cal actually appears
Cal!
Yeah.
as a whirlwind of cloth and blades, his sword stopping just a hair's breadth away from Ravis's neck. A look of almost feral, what's the word? Desperation.
Oh, desperation.
Cal! You're back! Yo, what's up? We need your help.
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Oh no.
He lowers his sword. What have you done?
Maria hugs Cal. Oh.
This does not answer my question. Why have you brought me here?
I asked
It's a
him
funny
to turn
story.
around.
In all honesty, it's a really funny story. I'll assure you, it's great.
It's better if you just turn around.
Well, this better be good. People are dying while I'm stuck here.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be.
If we win this, they are all going to be okay. What else?
What is his reaction when he turns around?
Now that Cal has settled down a moment, you notice that he is covered in fresh blood.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Look, he was fighting on the front lines with Arn. Arn just took a break because he was like told, "Hey, we need you at this spot, please."
Cal was 2 days' journey outside of the city.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's why I told you he's gonna be mad.
Oops.
And I was right because you almost stabbed me.
I'm doing this to Cal, so he up a little bit.
What does this do?
Are there any prominent members of my other master's kind of high-ranking officers that might actually be worth
Can we
bringing
ask
here?
Smelly to come in?
What?
Smelly. My bad. Snelly. Bleh.
Ellie.
I suppose we got the person that plays him right here. But DM, any high-ranking officers that you might actually have statted along with the character?
That's a negative.
Damn. Alright, so Snelly, because did meet that one.
Hey, out of curiosity, have you ever met the king from that one place?
From the Dragonborn?
Yes!
No, I don't.
Yeah, but-
Unless the DM says otherwise, I do not think so.
Also, that's a no on Snelly.
So no, Snelly, wait.
The dog.
The dog. I mean,
What
yeah.
dog?
Sorry, wait, we'll summon Snelly's doggo to be a part of this as well. We'll try.
They're drawn. Does
Well,
he have
actually,
the
we did.
ability
Actually, hold on.
to
We
do that?
didn't get Snelly, right?
We did not get Snelly, but we do get
Okay,
Bergeron.
let's not.
We get
thinking
Bergeron.
maybe not do the dog before I hear the result. Maybe not do the dog
Yeah.
because.
Because you kind of need Snelly. for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
You
you kinda
need
need
Snelly
for
to
that.
give it commands.
Yeah.
But the command has
It's
to
like
come from
you
the
brought
leader.
her car. You brought her car. It can
You
honk.
brought her.
That's about it.
So let's not do the dog. Let's do.
You also have to assign
How
us
many
each a
of the
piece to play.
goblin people did I have again?
I literally pinged it at the end of the last session. Just scroll up a little bit.
Yeah, I have to either scroll up or go to Arn's thing. I'm just gonna go to Arn's thing 'cause I
21
need the
soldiers, 12 villagers, 2 mages, and a high priestess.
cutscene. Okay.
And I think
Out
I
of
have stat
curiosity,
blocks
is
for
there
all
healing
those.
involved here?
No. Healing magic is
Oh.
explicitly not allowed. Neither is taking of items.
What?
Uh,
What?
Wait, what happened?
What kind of magic is allowed? If
More or
any.
less, you will just be disallowed to heal.
Oh, so only.
Can we have like a full set of
non-healing
health
magic is
before we
good.
start
Healing
this thing?
magic is no.
Everything else but healing magic and healing items is fine.
I'd like to mention, is there a way we can get like a full health of healing for most of this group?
So our
I think it'll
spellcasters
be,
could
like,
literally
unfair.
cast spells on the king, or like.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
you guys,
or like
you guys can
Harvard
literally.
spells.
Okay, guys. You can literally cast your healing spells now. You just can't do it later.
Yeah.
While
you
I'm
cast
summoning
them now, but once the game starts, you cannot cast
Yeah.
them.
So you might wanna get on that.
But that will burn up spell slots that you could potentially use in the game. But to Becca's question, you can only attack an opponent that is within your natural movement line of the piece you were assigned by Taiga.
Okay.
So, say Cal is the knight. He can only attack a enemy that is on the L shape that a knight would normally be able to attack, to move on, to take a piece.
Oh, that was a shit roll.
So
The
anyone
people
that
who
plays
are
knight
the people who
better
are
have ranged and reach.
Oh yeah, range is gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially
guys,
AoE.
guys.
What?
The people who are injured, you get 9 health.
Okay. I don't know why you needed to interrupt for something you pinged. But,
I know.
yeah,
Just in case we
basically,
get started.
basically we want our casters as the pieces that have a wider range of movement.
Exactly.
But they also have to move like their pieces too, so.
And you only do the whole moving into that square thing if you defeat the opponent. It's another layer of the strategy, right?
Yeah.
Because we have to bring to 0. Okay.
I should probably
So
pull
how,
all these creatures'
so
stat
how you been,
blocks.
Cal?
What now?
How you
Oh,
been, Cal?
upset.
It's a long story.
Oh no.
So 1, 2.
If we survive this, we can talk about it in the lovely fire.
Gotta get one more.
I vote
Oh,
for
wait, you're gonna be-
whoever our
You're
strongest
looking back.
magic user is. I vote that whoever the strongest magic user is becomes the queen. So they can get.
So,
Like-
Yeah, I'm probably
Really
gonna be
long
doing
range.
that for R and just do the range and the shenanigans that can happen with it.
Is there range involved here?
Yeah.
yeah.
And AoE spells, which with Queen Piece, that's pretty good. So trying to think of like one more like important piece. I might not be able to do so. Also, the thing of having a high HP as our king.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
How does things like conjuring spells work?
Oh my god.
It really depends on the spell.
Like conjure animals, for the example of literally a druid. Like, are they gonna be allowed to do that?
John.
Hmm.
Look what I posted in chat.
Tiny hunt, yeah. Yeah, have fun taking like that long.
Yeah, literally 10 turns to cast that spell.
I can
So
just start
how does
casting
conjure
it
animals
now and
work,
then.
DM?
Put me on the board already, and I can start casting it now.
I guess it would really depend on the conjuration spell.
But I'm giving you an example. That's what I mean.
For that
Like,
specific
conjure
example,
animals
it would not work.
would not work because it's creating more creatures.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I wanted
creating
to
more
check.
units. Because suddenly we have 16 extra units on our field that can attack.
Yeah. The idea was I could put King Peace as our druid and just have them conjure protective units around them for the sake of blocking, but alright. So
Do that. I'm so sorry. Don't look at, just don't bother with that. I'm sorry. I was reading it and I accidentally hit it
yeah,
again.
fine,
Sorry.
fine. Also, I don't think there's an attack roll for the spell, so
There isn't.
You attack the
Well, there
demon
is,
right
but
off
there
the bat.
isn't.
No, I was just reading it.
any other prominent characters? Could I potentially get like a gladiator or two from my knowledge of other adventurers at the Adventurer Guild?
I don't have them statted, so unless you want to wait 10 minutes.
Oh, gladiators are you just make them like they're a statted creature in the games.
Yeah, but everyone at the Adventurers Guild would be a classed character.
Oh,
You'd have player levels.
I mean, I'll give it a shot. We'll try and get like we'll get like two of them.
And
do
you would
you want
have
me to
no-
just?
I was saying, you would have no concept of what level they are or what class.
Yeah, but I would only settle for those of my rank or higher. So we're talking.
There aren't that
geez.
many of your rank or higher.
That's the point.
And as shown by your example, clearly the super high rank people don't show up often.
Yikes.
Hell, you didn't show up to the guild for fucking months before we met you. And you weren't even at the guild when we met you.
See, the thing is, I take that one specifically as he was going to meet something that he needed to meet as message, and before that he was training. I mean, literally why the dragon is here. So, let's see, what else?
Cal was just sitting over here angrily just removing blood from his swords at this point.
I mean, I'm not taking this long in character, this is probably like 7 minutes in character. I'm getting into this when it's like, I haven't been here for a month.
Trying to remember all the people you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who do I know? Okay. Would a gladiator work as like a statted creature from like army back home?
That's possible.
I'll give that 2 shots.
I think I have.
Honestly, I'll try and if
Step up
possible,
or
I'll try and fill the slots with it. Like we'll see. I'll say I probably know like maybe 5 prominent members that would work by name,
There's the step block. Had to find it.
which is effectively like me blowing the brass horn of Valhalla, whatever it's called. I mean,
Yeah. Is it brass? It might be silver.
silver. I think silver's like 3d4 plus 2. I don't know.
Something like
It's
that.
weird. So honestly, I'll just roll that if that's all right. I'll see. 3d4 plus 2.
Alright, I'll be back.
So 7. Sorry, this is taking a bit. This is honestly very intimidating and trying to gauge the threat level of what's going on over there.
Trying to think. What this was? Nope. Oh.
Okay, you managed to get 2 to show up. We find a
Okay.
random ass token. I didn't really feel like digging up a silver dragon token that would take up like 9 tiles.
You can always shrink it.
Oh, that's perfect. Literally the first thing that showed up.
Oh.
Also, just a clarification while you're getting those, so I can think of where to put them now. Because the rest I'm going to make be the priestess, the 2.
Okay.
You know what? The priestess and the just a bunch of soldiers on the front line for pawns
The hell is this?
to fill up what
There's
isn't
the gladiators.
gladiators. Yeah.
Why is this thing glitching out on me? Be gone, thing.
At
It's like-
Arn's behest,
it's-
they would
it's
not
like when I
require
s-
a roll to call for it, but I do have to find
This
the
zoom
stat
thing is
box.
cutting half the screen off.
So stop zooming. I know they're down here somewhere.
Hey, out of curiosity, do we have an audience?
Probably not.
Congratulations, you now have an audience of tormented souls.
Don't know why the rage is there. That's my bad.
Hi,
But,
Master.
go over here. Actually, Ravis heal 16 HP. Just because I don't necessarily need my slots right now.
Oh, sugar. Thanks.
To 82, which is pretty good.
Okay,
See, I'll do
I
one
found
more.
the sheets. What were you calling in?
So, ooh, 10. So that brings you to 92.
So full.
Me?
4 off from full, sadly, but basically.
Holy smokes, thank you.
Okay, so what were the goblins that you were calling in?
Basically, the soldiers to try and fill up the front lines.
Yeah, but how
If
many?
you have those added, hopefully.
I do. I just thought there were actual opposing units. Of course, I have a stat block for them.
Yeah.
But how many are you summoning? Is the thing, because I need to know for
I'm
tokens.
gonna go through the list until I get the remainder that I need of 7, I believe. Since I'm pretty sure we can't be on the board, that'd be a bit oof.
Yeah, you and Mephistopheles will not be on the board.
Probably just measuring
So
something.
7 of the soldiers.
I believe you had said something about priestess and
Actually,
mages.
6 soldiers and give me the mage because we can't heal. Priestess would not do much here. If it
Okay.
was a paladin, more better, but sadly no. All right. So after those 6 goblin soldiers and the mage, I think we're pretty good.
Oh, before this whole thing starts and stuff like that, and since we're going to get thrown on the board, I like to go walk up to Cal and look at him for a second.
Are you sure you want to get that close to Cal while he's actively cleaning his sword and pissed off?
I use precipitation on him when I first saw him, so I cleaned him up right now. So he's now clean. But it's like so. This is just in case if we end up failing and I end up getting sealed here. There, it's in chat. Have fun with it.
You salute! You salute! You have a boyfriend!
I believe in
You have a child with it!
I believe in harems.
First off, roll a grapple check.
Right.
We can only hope that you
Athletics.
fail. Please fail. Please fail. Please fail.
What is my grapple?
It's your athletics.
Yeah, you just roll straight athletics.
Can I do acrobatics?
Nope.
Not if you're not dodging.
Fail. Fail.
Unless you're an
please fail,
actual
please.
martial class that has a studied one.
Boom!
Dude, literally.
Who cares? I pushed in and kiss you. Okay.
No! No! You failed! Accept it!
You literally failed your check.
Oh, I'm so... This is... best thing that's happened. Poor cow, man.
Not to mention, I
Poor
never
guy.
added the +5 modifier since I am this close to Taiga.
Maria's just
Oh,
like
that actually in effect? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's an R
Maria's
effect.
now,
It's always
slightly
angry.
I mean, for the
heartbroken.
chest thing, wait, that's actually pretty cool. It's not gonna
Yeah,
help.
no,
Yeah, I
no,
must say, there's a reason why the board is set up like it is. So you don't
I
reach
just
the enemy
imagined
side.
like she was running towards him and he put his hand on her face and just pushed
Stop.
it back.
Just stop.
Like,
Just
no.
straight stiff arm.
Maria just like... I can't. Maria just ended up kissing his hand instead.
Yeah.
Maria is slightly heartbroken because she couldn't do something. So she just
We've been
So,
over
question
this.
about,
I don't
spell
like you
check.
that way.
Sorry, bad
So
cough.
DM, I got a question for a spell like Moonbeam, since that's a relevant thing. That can go past something that would traditionally be in the way, since you choose a point in distance, right?
How do you mean?
Like, you can Moonbeam up to, what is it, 60 feet away from you? You can technically Moonbeam and, like, not hit the person directly in front of you, since you can choose the point, like, 40 feet away, right? Because I know in traditional chess, not really a thing. That's not how rooks work, at least in movement, but it's within the lines, is what I mean.
Like, they'd still have to have, like, a clear line of movement to that piece to be
Okay,
able to
so
attack it.
if they're in the way, it won't. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
I didn't mean to do that, don't mind me.
Like, you'd have to actually be able to physically move to that space to be able to attack it.
Gotcha.
But we have our units if you'd like to start assigning ranks here.
Okay, so we're gonna put the goblin soldiers on these three and these three.
I didn't see the first ones you pinged, but I'm just going to assume you meant the outermost ones.
I had a ruler that should have showed you, so yeah. The other gladiators right here.
Oh, I got to do them one by one. That's a pain.
Cal's gonna be one of the knights because he's a really good unit to have as a knight.
Just want to go on record that almost all of Kel's shit's melee distance.
Oh, you can't do it like that? Okay, I thought because you know how like the knight just jumps? I thought that counts as like a, you know, kind of like how
Since
pawn
he's
only can move
primarily
forward.
melee, Wouldn't it be better if he were in a pawn position?
That's what I'm thinking.
Then he'd get more chances to use his melee stuff.
Yeah, but then I could only
What are
move
the
forward and
mages
attack
have for
diagonally.
magic? What do the mages have for magic DM?
The Goblin Mage.
Yeah, I should probably have access to see what those have, just so I can make quicker decisions. Same with the dragon.
Low to mid-level cleric spells. Their highest casting level is 3. Most of their shit is healing.
The mage?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, remember, he studied under the priestess.
Bruh. Okay.
Like,
I would have taught that man some wizardry. That's the Angie. Alright,
his best offensive spells are cantrips.
Well, he's gonna be one of the knights then. Jesus. What kind of druid are you, by the way, Amaranthe?
What do you mean?
The archetype, moon, spores. Also
Uh,
right here, because that's a bishop spot.
Land.
Your land. I'll have Amaranthe as the other knight. By the way, gotta move him one over.
Oh, I thought you said he was a bishop. That's just my brain being dumb right now.
This character is Gloomstalker mixed with what, rogue? Or are they just straight Gloomstalker?
Oh, Inway?
Yeah.
She is Mistwalker and Sorcerer.
So also has magic casting. Gloomstalker a caster class at all?
Gloomstalker? I have no idea. I don't play Hunters very often.
I don't know if you heard
I'm sorry,
that.
yeah,
but if you did, that's
Mistwalker.
right on.
The class that she is that isn't source. I'm trying to gauge if that's a good caster. Okay.
She's got both melee and ranged, so.
Okay. We'll have her be. I actually can't see her HP bar, but I'm assuming she at least has 90 health, right?
85.
85? That's really close. It'll be one of the bishops, and I'll have the dragon be. Actually, the silver dragons have a cone breath, yeah?
Where's the character sheet? I've got like 30 character sheets up right now. Give me a second.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, man. Hey, this is a complicated game we're playing right now.
Yes, it's a cone.
That starts the cone kind of like the spaces in front like this, right?
Yeah. And hers
Okay.
is a 90-foot cone.
The dragon's going to be the king piece. I think the king is here, right? Opposite end
King
of
is
the other
opposite
king.
the enemy's king, so it'll be here.
Oh, it's here. Okay. I'm trying to think, Maria. You have largely like. Do you have any damaging cantrips at all? Did you ever pick those up?
Maria?
That's Maria's dead. Oh, bald.
Sorry, I was I was currently doing some stuff to my room.
Do you have damaging cantrips?
Hold on a second. I have Vicious Mockery. Wait, can I still bless people?
I don't see why not. That's not a heal.
Yeah.
Okay. Maria will be.
If you make me a pawn, I'll smack you.
Aria's
Pawns have
a
already
pawn
been
still,
chosen.
I have an odd request. Can I be a rook?
Do you? What kind of damaging spells do you have that are AOE? Because yes, if you have good damage. You're the druid, right?
Well,
that's the thing. I want the bigger range to have like more of a AOE thing. So that's something that could be really useful with this.
Hey, do we like, out of curiosity, how badly damaged should we get to get knocked down?
When your HP hits 0, you're out of the game.
I don't have too many options.
I know you have
Left.
Moonbeam,
Spells
and
go. Yeah, I have that.
that's something I'm considering.
Well, alright, the moonbeam, I can only make it attack targets within what I would normally be able to target as that
The piece.
piece. Right. So I can't just move it all across the board to
You can move it
somewhere
along the
else, like, over
line, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if things move into it, they then take the damage because they're technically now an available target of the range, so that's what I'm thinking of doing. I was thinking about putting you as bishop because of that.
Okay.
Which kind of cuts the board in half. Do you want to be a rook? I can do rook.
Well, I also have something I can use as a line thing that I was thinking about using.
I also have my same
kind of
crossbow
how it goes.
bow.
What happened, Martha?
Oh, sorry.
I was saying that I had like a line attack that I was gonna use, and it just
Which
kind
one?
of made sense. It's actually from my what to call it? Where is it? It's one of my magic items that I have.
Your staff.
Canter of Endless Water. And let's see what else. I think there was a spell that might be a line attack. Let me look at it.
I know you used at least one, the Wall of Thorns.
There's the tidal wave is what I'm looking at.
Title.
It's kind of a line attack, but it can be a fat line attack.
Yeah. I'll let that decision stay to you, rook or bishop. I would personally think bishop a little bit more.
Okay,
I
whichever,
would
wherever.
never be able to figure out what the fuck is going on if I was ever chosen to do this.
Actually, I have you as a knight. Right, that's what I was gonna do with it. Okay. I'm gonna have our sorcerer be our.
John, did you get the trust in here?
Oh, okay.
I have a lot of long range items on me.
Yeah, you need the dex, man. That's the problem. I wish you had more higher dexterity. I put a sorcerer as the Mistwalker stuff that Cal has can you use to go through enemy plate spaces, right?
Yeah.
Does he teleports?
Technically, it is considered a teleport. Also, I'm looking at an actual placement, and Amaranthe is currently in the night space.
Yeah, I remember why I put it there. Just
Hey, can I ask you a question? Who do you want me to give bless to?
That's for you to decide.
Yeah, out of the game start, that's for you to decide. I am gonna say two characters use a thing, and that's about it. But if you want to pre-buff, I don't control you right now. Don't give it to me. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know. I'm
Put
just.
Amarante here near the bishop, and put our sorcerer as that knight.
Oh god.
Which sorcerer? Ow.
Me.
Yeah.
Let's say there's two. It's
Orange
confused. Well,
here,
technically there's three.
and
It's 3 sorcerers
Yeah.
in this fight.
Cal here. Marie here.
Support Lamau. Sorry, I thought that was
now-
ironic.
Before you're everyone's properly moved where they're going. Spells in advance are not being restricted, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Arn's gonna make sure he has his Shield of Faith up. Taiga's going to use a Shield of Faith on, honestly, Dragon, protect our, like, middle pieces the most. And Arn's
Upcasting.
going to use a Sanctuary on Maria.
Yes.
So that you're a little harder to hit. Hopefully, and that's not a concentration spell. If anyone else is doing spells, say it now or hold your peace because game started.
1 second, I'm about to do a concentration spell. I need to see if I upcasting of this split, I get another person to add onto it. When you're upcasting it, this is also the second
Please
rule.
read to yourself so that people can supply input.
Oh.
Yeah, it's worth
Please
noticing that Cal is once again wearing his dire tiger pelt, now resized for his current height. So he does have resistance to necrotic damage currently.
So it does an
3
additional
targets.
target. So I get 3 targets?
Yep. Which 3 would you like?
Well, who's going to be running up there and kicking ass?
It's a chess game, everyone.
Yeah.
Cal, you and her.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you 3
Yeah.
now.
Who's the third one? I didn't see.
Your other character. So,
Right there.
He's
slightly wrong one. Both of these have Shield of Faith on them, and Maria's gonna have Sanctuary on her. Alright, so with that I think we're good to start the game. Oh boy,
What did Maria have? Sanctuary?
Sanctuary.
I have Tiny Hut.
I would also recommend before the game start, Bardic Inspiration thyself.
And maybe a quick
Yeah,
break.
I will give Bardic Inspiration for who needs it.
Anyone
I'm
really?
gonna say literally anyone.
Let's give you inspiration.
Okay.
Anything else?
I'm
think
good.
that's checking
Nope.
Orin stuff because he's the one I don't remember.
I've got all the character sheets for all the other characters.
Yeah.
You know, I probably don't need Mephistopheles.
Alright, that's it.
This
I
character's
think
straight up
on my character's ends, that's it, unless other people want to do stuff.
I think we're good then. No, that isn't the song I thought it was, but
This is interesting music.
yeah, it was not the one I thought it was. There we go. And with that, the game can begin. For the sake of sanity, Mephistopheles is treated as white and goes first.
Okay.
That's his move.
So,
And you should have control over that token.
I do not.
No, because it's control.
I don't have control over any pieces that aren't the dragon and aren't.
Okay, so where's the movement? Oh, it was the pawn you were clicking on. I thought it was the dragon. Your move.
AoE works as AoE should,
Huh?
if it's in the lines. So like, lightning bolt would hit both. So let's see. I'm going to do. And this the king.
Huh?
King. Okay.
Yeah, go
That's the
upscale.
king. Then I will move.
They moved already?
I cannot do that yet. So I shall do. We'll move them up right there. I can't attack on the same turn, right? That's how that works.
Yeah, you have to wait till a subsequent turn to attack. As he moves one of his pawns forward.
I can move this
Well,
one myself.
it kind of varies. If their piece impedes your movement, you can attack. But if it does not, then you can't attack. So like
Yeah.
the pawn moving forward, and then it would have to wait a turn to attack. But say a bishop was moving, and something was in the line of that bishop, it could attack that unit. Because that's in its natural movement. I should have written down all these
We'll
rules.
test out the gladiator and we'll use all of his attacks. I forget how many they get on this creature right here.
They get
Just so I
3.
can get a understanding of what gladiator attack look like here.
Okay, so your character sheet up. And yours. So a gladiator gets
This
3 ranged or 3 melee or 2 ranged.
3 melee.
Only one of those manages to find a purchase.
Okay.
For 10 piercing damage. Against Queen's side. Wait.
Okay.
moves his bishop up from behind.
What is that bishop like supposed to be? Is that like an ice devil?
That is a very good guess.
I see blue and I'm like, wait. Okay. Eventually something, dude.
Imagine if I had put a time limit on turns.
Nah.
So this just became speed chess and it gets a lot reckless.
Oh, if you made this speed chess, my anxiety would hit the roof.
My
I'd be like, no,
anxiety would
not
start
funny. I'm just gonna
spiking.
watch you guys do it.
Like, I used to play speed chess back in high school, and oh my god, if I didn't have anxiety then, it's probably a cause of why I do now.
Yeah, I made a.
Oh, not even 6, you didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, I made my move. Sorry. Moving there, I can still cast a spell or no?
If
As long as it
something,
doesn't target.
you can only cast if it would be in the path of you getting to there.
Buff spell.
Buff spell will be fine.
Mirror image. I'll do squiggly line.
Alright.
You know, if I have to say, if I got stuck doing this whole chess thing, I actually have an app for my computer where I basically put in the first movements of the game, and I can just find out how to beat the game from there.
Bruh. Nah, this one's gonna work for you, Chief.
The bishop comes forth and attacks the gladiator.
Okay.
It also gets 3 attacks.
Oof.
2 of those hit.
As it's
For a big ol' 44 points damage.
Oh,
And that
Oh,
was Queenside.
goodbye, barbarian.
Alright. Arn's going to use an old little combo.
Bless you.
That's you.
bless you. Bless you.
Yeah.
Ow.
Teleporting, like, again, teleporting can move past squares, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still within your natural movement, but you can move through units.
So, since this isn't any actual movement, this is just gonna be a bonus action Misty stuff. Is in the line of movement possible. Arn's going to kind of point upwards towards the king and the pawns directly in front of him, and is going to let loose a bit of an oof. Both of these creatures are going to take. Actually, they both get what is it? They get a dex save. Yeah, they get a dex save.
Can I ask what you're actually doing?
I'm doing my magic thing of casting lightning Firebolt, but I'm changing the damage type.
To which type?
I am changing the damage type to Thunder, and I will be maximizing that.
Okay.
And that will be doing...
Well, he passes.
Still takes half. So 32. And the one in front of him also gonna get a bit of a scorch from the lightning bolt.
Okay. So the one in front doesn't seem to be damaged nearly as much as you thought that would be.
Okay. On the back, however, ooh.
The one in back takes no damage whatsoever.
None? Wait, because certain devils are like this. That was a 5th level spell. It was upcasted. That's why I did 10 times 6. I don't know if it's one of those. I know some of them are straight up immune to certain spells.
He's straight up immune to it.
Jesus. Damage type?
Damage type.
Alright. I can't believe they're resisting thunder. They'll only resist lightning.
Okay. The bishop will once again attack the gladiator. There's the other train.
Fucking trains.
Ooh, there was an nat 20 in there.
I think that's 2 misses and a hit. Oh god, the crit though.
Yeah, the
I
crit.
am gonna. This is a weird chess strategy.
Yeah, no, it really is, man.
Because it's still chess.
I think it's 44.
Huh?
I think that damage is 44.
Not if you're decent at
Oh
math.
no, it's 39, my bad.
I think you forgot how I do crits. Crits are double damage.
Oh.
So it's 50.
50, okay.
That gladiator's dead.
Oof.
And it is your turn.
You need me to beam him or something?
I don't know if I'm gonna be back, but I will be back.
I don't know if I'll be back, but I'll be back.
If I can. I gotta do some stuff. Alright.
Alright.
So this turn I could actually attack. Right?
Yeah,
And I wouldn't have to necessarily move. I
Yeah.
just have to line of sight.
so you could, is there something that you would want to do?
I could get my moonbeam started on his thing. and then I can keep it up, and I should be able to move the moonbeam to targets that I'm allowed to target, right?
Yeah.
And then whatever spills over, what happens, happens.
So you can't actually hurt anything that's not in the lines. So you can have a moonbeam that people are in, but it's not hurting them, which is weird.
That is
Oh,
not
so
how I described
wait.
it.
The AoE damage doesn't spill over to the.
That's how you described it, right?
I
Or
specifically
no?
described it, the AoE damage would still work. It just has to be the main target you're targeting has to be within your natural attack line of the chess piece.
Would've done a
So,
different
say
spell,
Aaron
huh?
decided to fireball this random individual here, it would still take the fireball's natural area of effect. He just had to be the target.
Okay. So the moonbeam is basically 4 squares. I could move the moonbeam like all the way over here.
Yes, but it would have to.
After.
But it would have to start at the first unit that it would hit.
Right. I'm thinking about like after that one dies, then I could move the moonbeam from here to here
Yes,
and
you maintain the concentration.
hit those.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in that case,
Sounds pretty good. Yeah, I can start the moonbeam.
I think I want to do because I want to do the moonbeam. I think I want to do that once that thing is out of the way. So
Why? It's
I want to try and not have you get attacked because concentration.
but the moonbeam would do constant damage, regardless of whether you
To
use
our
it.
allies as well.
Moonbeam is one of the spells that's indiscriminate with its damage.
Yes. So if I did that, you would hit the Goblin Pawn and Arm right now. That's what I'm saying.
Granted, Aaron could easily sponge the damage.
Yeah.
The goblin,
Moonbeam-
still a goblin.
Hold up. No, moonbeam. Hold on.
You're thinking Spirit Guardians.
No. I want the description pop up.
So you gotta play a spell card. Yeah, when a creature enters the spell for the first time, its first turn, it's built to go over flames and searing pain, must make a con save. Shape Changer takes it with disadvantage. So, the dragon.
No. I don't think it shouldn't target allies, right?
It does.
It
A
does.
spell has to specifically tell you it doesn't for it to not. Like Spirit Guardians, it specifically says you can state the creatures you don't want it to hurt, and it will not hurt them. Moonbeam is like Fireball. A Fireball is just whatever's in the area is launched.
Pretty much.
That's why I love and hate Moonbeam, because I wish I could do that. What you're thinking right now.
Yeah. Because I thought like it didn't affect good creatures.
No, it affects all of them, because there's good lycanthropes actually. Chaotic good, but they're good ones.
Yeah, they'll say. There's a couple of these creatures on the field that are considered good.
What's the spell?
Granted, they're chaotic good, but still good. Listen, everyone's a hero in their own story. This one turn is taking like 15 minutes of planning, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's just, again, Arn has not played for forever, and I'm like,
What can he do? He drops nukes, that's what he does.
basically, I'm thinking of not having a nuke get dropped this time around, and having some uh-oh happen right about now. Let's see.
The one thing I'm glad about, you specifically requested that Aaron's inspiration be transferred to Taiga. So he currently doesn't have that.
Yeah. Sadly.
Because him being the queen, you could nuke half a battlefield in one move with
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm thinking. So hold on.
Granted, almost all of these creatures are resistant to fire, but still.
You know what they're not resistant to?
You don't know what they're resistant to and what I've changed on their stat blocks.
I mean, I would hope they're not resisted to. I gotta actually ping this right. Radiant damage. And that's going to hit everything in here. Yeah. So everything that's basically not these two. The whole map. Oh, actually, I think it even hits the ice devil too. Yeah, it's everything.
First, with that movement, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Okay.
Hot damn. That passes. It's a really hot
Tomato
fucking
face.
save. Remember when his wisdom was garbage? That's just
Yeah,
one.
I couldn't roll for shit forever, man. Didn't wanna do it forever. And if memory serves, some of these creatures really don't like radiant. I don't know about the rest of the ones. Like half the things on this map, never seen them. Some of them I know don't like it. It's kind of like their one big weakness.
That's why the only two attacks I can really do are Wall of Light
I
and
want
Witch
I
Bolt.
want to watch and pay attention to which ones are taking particularly hard time with the radiant damage.
Yeah.
So
So
I
we
know
can
which
actually
ones to
double up
target
on that
with the
moonbeam.
So many stat blocks I have to go through to find what's a resistant, immune, weak. So far, none of them have a weakness to it.
So from memory, ones in the front line should, because it's like the only way to really hurt them. The ones in the back, I'm surprised that you're saying there's any immune, because demons, except for Zariel and like the really like 20s up, don't immune that. I don't even think any of them should have immunity to thunder. Because that's thunder is more of like a elemental immunity.
So good news, literally none of them are weak to radiant. Bad side, almost all of them will have advantage on the saving throw.
I mean, it's still half on a fail, so I'll take it.
What's the saving throw? Wisdom.
I would not close any of their sheets, by the way.
I'll say I have all their sheets pinged right here on my sidebar.
Yeah, I know. Just careful.
It's just a matter of figuring out which creature goes with which token. Okay, so I'm guessing that your DC isn't above 17 or 18.
16's the DC for all of them.
So both of those passes, they both have advantage. Oh wait, neither of those two were even in the radius. Completely ignore that then.
Well, one of them might be. Is that the corner piece?
Oh wait, yeah.
It is.
One was in the radius. But they both passed either way, so.
Yeah, so that one just takes half. 13.
That one passes also. That's the one character sheet, I want to go above it. That's an at 20. Which look at this one. Nah, this one isn't proficient in wisdom saves. That one fails. One of those passes. Five of those ones. Only one of them fails.
It's still 13 across all of the ones that fail in. The one, not fail, the ones that are passing. The one that failed takes the full 26, which is nice.
Yep. You go for a big AoE spell, and literally almost everything passes its save. But chip damage is still damage.
Alright.
This creature here is now going to erupt a cone of flames, and I need my doodle tool.
Gladiator, right?
Let me change the color, goddammit.
And the king took damage from that, right? Because that's like honestly one of the only things that thing's probably weak to.
He was the one that rolled the nat 20.
Still asking about the damage because nat 20s don't mean anything for saves.
But yeah, he still took half damage.
Okay. Good. That's what I'm worried about.
So you get a dexterity save.
Okay, Gladiator gets a bonus to his dex save. A +4. Alright. Dex save. I do appreciate the Ice Devil has to make the save. That's nice. It's a slight silver lining.
That is a unnatural 1 for the gladiator.
Oh my god, -2. Was not saving him.
Now you roll that. Fortunately, for some ungodly reason, ice devils are naturally immune to fire.
Really?
Didn't even
That makes
realize
me
that
angry.
until I brought up the stat block.
Oh, that makes me angry. Okay. What's the damage total?
I have to roll, give me a second. Come on.
There was ungodly screaming outside of my house.
Oh.
Some kid is screaming bloody murder. And my cat heard it.
Okay, the music's just looping back on itself now. It's getting really annoying.
Yeah.
It's also preventing me from rolling dice. Because the roll 20 has to think too hard. Come on, let me roll.
Is it doing the rolling the dice thing for you?
No, it's not letting me select the dice. I'm using the advanced dice roller. being a pain. You know what? I'll just type in a fucking command.
Oh, random note, man. It's too hot in this house where I'm at right now. Hate it.
Yeah, same.
Like, I want to, like, just stand in front of the fan, but I kind of have to be courteous to you guys.
Like, I have a
Not-
tiny and not very loud fan under my table that's blowing cold air on my legs. But other than that, the rest of me sweating.
I need it for my face. I got, like, a bulky headset that really makes me, like, start to sweat when it gets hot. It's like, ugh.
So 29. Half that rounded up would be 15 fire damage.
RN's going to absorb some of that. Be like... yeet.
Yeah, I got that too.
Be-
Alright.
I keep concentration.
Nice. Curl your move.
Alright. Because I have to technically roll this at the start of their turns, but they all started their turn in the AoE.
Technically,
need
the
it
way
again.
I must say, technically the way this game works, only the creature that moved and/or attacked starts its turn. But he's
Really?
yep.
I guess it's just still turnly damage, but that's
Because the original
really
damage
depressing
was,
when all of these creatures have at least, like, in the ballpark of 40 health.
yeah. When you originally summoned it, it specifically says all the creatures within its range. But then
Yeah.
on and further down, it says when a creature starts its turn. Only one creature now
Alright.
starts its turn.
Alright.
But what kind of save was that? Wisdom?
Yeah, it's wisdom.
And it fails.
Nice. Alright, that's no action of mine, I suppose. What's gonna be done
I
here?
do the lines now.
What's this one doing? It's okay. Alright. They're going to use this dealing radiant damage. Because the thing I'm trying to target is weak to that. Actually can hit it.
What are you trying to hit?
Everything that's
Oh, it's 30
here.
foot cone.
And, you know, since my main target would be here, boom. So, basically the same thing as last time, just not these two, not this one.
Time to pull out the mountain of fucking saves again. As I try to remember which creature is which. Let me get a dex saving throw. That's weird for a psionic attack. Well, he fails. Your save is 16, so he fails. He fails. He fails. Six of those ones. God damn. Half pass, half fail.
So the ones that failed are taking 35 full, and are also prone. The ones that passed are only taking 17 no prone.
And naturally, the knockback does not work in this scenario.
Yeah, I figured as much. It did not do it for the knockback.
How fair would it be to literally just knock the pieces off the board? Just no,
Wait,
you
why?
don't get to play anymore.
I knocked the king off. Fuck. I wish, dude.
Because I would let you cheese one of my games like that.
Well, why not? No, I'm kidding.
Instant win condition against the Lord of Lies. Or not the Lord of Lies. He's the Lord of Greed. I did not do a lot of research.
So with the like almost 50 damage the king has taken, is it looking at least a little phased, or is it like, you know, because it's gonna be a real pain in the ass if it's not even phased, because I don't even know if we can win. I got limited resources.
Not even remotely phased. But
Not even remotely, really?
yeah, this knight over here is going to move forth and make a bite attack on Arin. If I recall, a 24 actually hits Arin.
No, it doesn't shield the fate. 26 AC.
Really? Oh
So
yeah.
why I
right,
use
yes.
that spell? Hell yeah. Hey, look, be glad it's not Taiga down there. He'd have worse. At least AC wise, he'd have worse.
No, that's the end of your opponent's turn.
All right.
That's one of the few creatures he has that only gets to attack once. I roll a d6. Okay.
21. Not ignore that 3. I don't know why that's there. Oh, wrong sheet. That's why it's there. But yeah, so 21.
There's a now one.
Nice.
Still standing.
I'm gonna do that same cone. Roll the damage again.
Oh my god.
Look, man, I gotta try, alright? Literal lives at stake.
Currently only 5 of them.
Still.
That is a double nat 20.
I still don't give a fuck.
Not-
So, I mean, it still takes the half, but, like, damn, he might as well not. Like,
He also gets a nat 20. Still passes.
reminder that any creatures that failed the last time are doing this with disadvantage, so that might be canceling out some advantages.
Yeah. I just gotta remember which ones are actually prone and which ones aren't. I've got it
I mean-
written down here. It's just I gotta keep checking my notes, checking which creature
Okay.
is which, and where they are on the board. I've got a whole grid system here on my
Ooh,
page.
that means the Nafishne actually fails, even with that not in its block.
Mm-hmm. Now let's check what it's doing.
I canceled out that advantage.
Well, 2 of the Barb Devils passed. What was left? One of the hounds. Hound fails. What was the damage? 43. Man, you're max casting quite a lot right now. You're just like clear as much of the board as possible.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything drop, which, I mean, you know.
At least it's giving an advantage to everyone else.
Listen, I built this encounter assuming that you would call it literally the strongest reinforcements you have. You know how high that made the challenge rating of this battle?
Oh,
Somewhere
boy.
around 70.
So now does it look phased? Because I almost doubled the damage that it has taken so far.
Not even, well, somewhat, but not really.
Look, I'm looking for 15%. Gee, fuck.
Listen, I'm not.
15 to 25.
I
Fuck.
feel like pulling out my calculator to give you an accurate percentage, but
I know. That's what I mean by phased. I'm not asking for bloodied.
like he's
Bloodied like
taking
half.
damage, but it doesn't seem to be in any way fatal.
You're gonna have to get me mallet, aren't I?
I think we just flick them on the nose. That's it. No, cash.
Okay, this creature here is gonna huck a couple fireballs at Armin.
Okay.
Neither of
Don't
which
lick my
even
finger.
remotely hit. Right,
Okay.
hold up.
Since that creature had a turn.
That is not properly applying its modifier, but neither of those still hit anyway.
I really love Spirit Guardians just last. Such a fucking amazing spell.
And it fails.
That's 32.
Still standing.
Okay.
I'm gonna give this one more of each player's turn, then we're gonna have to call it a session.
Okay.
I just looked at a clock and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's not a good one. Okay. And for the last attack,
Also, I feel like you're leaving out a lot of players by just having Ardent Bomb.
I
But that's just
look
me.
with how much health they have. I wanted to use more. I literally can't. Like, cause I built him to be that damage guy. So it really sucks if you like that. I want to use the others. I want to use Moonbeam. I'll do the cone again. It's slightly weaker, but I mean, it's okay. same cone.
You just enjoy torturing me, don't you?
I didn't tell you to make a chessboard that didn't act like chess. I did not. I specifically know I did not ask for this. I thought this was chess.
Well, it didn't get it at one.
Okay. We're not gonna be back till 12.
Good chunk of passes and fails there. And one more round.
Come here. Come on. Hang on.
And this hound is done for. I don't know why I just removed that from.
No. Cash, leave Dexter alone. Cash.
Alright, so if that's the, are we doing? We're doing your turn after this, and then we're ending it,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Casey. You won't even look at me.
Okay. The ice demon advances. Just to make this an amazing cliffhanger, it begins to do something. Something unexpected. How the hell do I go through? Alt. I need a different color. Let's get this nice opaque blue. I'm gonna draw this over here just for the sake of my goddamn sanity. No, that's a fucking rectangle. Draw right when I tell you to draw right. As a massive dome of ice appears around it. And any creature that is currently touching that circle needs to make a dex save.
Is this for an ice effect? Because I believe silvers that are ancient are immune to this effect.
Unless they're immune to force damage.
It's forced. What the fuck? Oh, I guess roll it. And thank God they have legendary resistances, but shit. So I don't know if Amaranthe or Kiwi, if either you two are here, Becca. Or
Yeah,
Kiwi.
I'm here. Do I roll too? Sorry.
Yeah, dex save. You do get a bonus +5 to the save. Who's Halvaran? Is that the name of the dragon?
That's the dragon.
Oh, well, he can use a legendary resistance for this, but oof.
The saving throw of what? Dexterity? Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Amaranthe's fine.
Is that right?
Should be, also roll a d4 from your bless.
From my what?
Oh, Amaranth, you're not... Is Ravus technically in the AI?
I didn't think I was, that's why I didn't roll
Yeah.
up first.
Actually, I don't think so.
Yeah, the circle is partially in her square. Because it would be technically directly surrounding the creature. So it'd be more like this. But
Okay.
I just dropped it in that area.
That's not a spell, is it?
Nope.
Oh,
It is a natural ability this creature can do.
making sure about that one. Also, you might want to stat the dragon's physical abilities over the week.
I must say, I have an actual character sheet that's just for Ancient Silver Dragon sitting here.
Yeah. But yeah, he can just use a legendary resistance on that. I don't think I can do anything for Ravus. Yeah.
Ravis. Hands
Ravis.
up, sorry.
Sorry, I put like an accent on names like those because I'm like.
No, you're fine.
They said the weird way.
In brackets, I've just spelled out how to say it, just so people would
Ravis.
understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inway, who is Dex based, fails the save.
Yay!
You have bless, not the. I don't know if it matters, and you also have the bonus from my aura protection. So you get a D4 and you get a 5 on top. So you get that's a 19 on your total save.
Unfortunately, still not high enough. So Amaranthe succeeded. Halvaron, Havalrin chose
You can
to
just choose to
pass.
succeed.
Yeah, he chose to pass. Ravus failed. Inway failed. And I got 2 goblins. Gotta make the save.
Oh, my bad.
One gets a nat 20, but the other fails and is dead.
Yeah.
Even before I roll the damage, like, the average damage would kill him.
Yeah. I'm expecting these guys got like what, 25? Actually, I think they have like 30, but still, oh my god. I remember these guys being a decent bit hardy when we fought them.
But are they 10d6 in 1 hit hardy?
Not unless those D6s are poopy.
Well, again, the average is 35, which is more than their health. Yeah, 38. So Amaranthe takes half of that, Goblin takes half of it, and all creatures that were hit by it are now moved inside of this circle.
Oh, well. Where do I go then?
So is it like a dome?
Yeah. That's why I literally described it as a dome.
Like I didn't know if it was tangible. Well, okay, then that means the dude literally just was like, hey, I'm not even gonna try and go for the enemy king. I'm just gonna isolate all the other units. That sucks for me, but goddammit.
Hey, if a bishop
Hey,
can
I get
sacrifice
to kick
himself
that,
to,
so.
isolate a bunch of units so you can't move them forward, or have to waste your time trying to get them out.
Oh,
Yeah.
did I just take like 38 damage?
Yes.
Okay,
Like,
just wondering.
And the wall lasts
yeah,
for a minute.
I'll be honest. Some of Mike's bosses can be.
Not even a boss. This is a bishop.
No, I mean this scenario.
Yeah.
We to put a context, we fought a kraken with a total health of 2,000.
Most of these
We
creatures
had to
have
do that in
upwards of
damage.
100. So yeah, it's about the same. Listen, when you when you have to constantly one-up yourself with boss battles. Wait till you get to the final boss battle. I've got that all planned out, and it's really stupid. But there is an instant win scenario. So, you got that. I'm just trying to read the rest of the spell to see how fast this wall could be breached.
I don't think. I mean, if it's like a dome of force,
No,
nothing
it
goes in and out.
I'm gonna say it has an actual breach condition.
Does it? I would only imagine disintegrate, but okay.
Okay. But with this great wall of ice just appearing here, trapping in several of your prominent units, that's where the session ends.